Good morning. I know it is a surprise. I am actually live. I haven't been live in a few days. Y'all know we don't do it like that. I'm gonna let you guys start getting to know. Hey, your choice, Towing. You know what? I've been so big. Thank you so much for just for your participation and just being so helpful and donating to the seniors. That means everything to me. Okay, I'm gonna mention your towing company on my TV show. That's how much I appreciate what you've been doing. I do. I'm gonna give you some promo on my TV show. I appreciate that so much. Hey Sierra, Switch B, Ramona, of course your choice towing, Tam 08. I missed you guys. I'm not gonna be on here long because I got it. I'm gonna get out and do some more shopping today, and I'm gonna try to finish it up. And like with some of the stuff that I got, I was like, oh, I gotta go back and get bags and stuff. You're welcome. I've always liked nice gift bags, but the good thing about it is you can get the nice gift bags from out of Dollar Tree, and that's what I'm gonna do. Joy loves guy who done it. Ison. Did I say TB21? I hope I didn't. Ramona. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Y'all, this see murder situation bothers me quite a bit. I want to talk about him and Monica, and and then I'm going to talk. Do like a reaction to Finesse two times and his brother's beef. I should have put no love. That's what I do. Finesse two times and no love beef, because he's trying to disassociate himself from his brother and individualize himself, which is a good thing. Okay, because I be wanting to see the brothers do well. Hey, Kenny Adams. Sir, my working too hard self. I'm telling you. Actually, I don't have to work. I got to get out and finish doing what I need to do for my seniors. And thing about it is, like when I go over to my office, I don't even accept walk-ins. But when I'm there, people tend to pull up. And the reason I don't accept walk-ins is because I'm very security conscious about stuff. I like for people to call me so that we can always be alert. It's just good to always be alert anyways, right? But people are so just so crazy now. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've always been like that. Like I've always been very security conscious. You know, I've always been very security conscious about certain stuff, to the point like it's better to be paranoid than. I have a friend that lives in Florida, right? And like when we all go on like girl trips and stuff, like she make me so mad because and I'm friendly too, but she's like this carefree, like friendly person. Excuse me, sir, can you show it? And that makes me so mad. I'm like, don't you know we're in another city and people look for vulnerabilities? Like you're gonna let people know that we're not even from here. They're gonna know from the accent. But when you start asking too many questions, you don't ever know who people are. Um, because I sit and I scope people out before I even, if I'm in another city and I need to know something, I'll stand back and watch for the right person. Okay, that might be a person that I could ask something. I don't like people that are not security conscious at all. I don't like it. I don't like for people to even at my house, and my kids know better. Like, you cannot be at my house and keep, like, stand with my doors and stuff open, or keep my doors and stuff unlocked. That right there is a pet peeve of mine. You just cannot do it. You know how some people like to run in and out of a house? I don't like that, because now you're leaving me open, right? And I got patios I just don't. It's just a paranoia of mine. I tell them in a minute, you come to my house, you can have anything in the kitchen, because because I love to entertain people. If I cook, I want you to eat it all and take it home with you too. But do not, the only thing I ask is, don't smoke in my house, because I'm allergic to smoke. Don't smoke outside of my house, because I don't want the neighbors to think I'm ghetto. Okay. I'm talking about weed. And and don't leave my doors open. And if you're gonna bring somebody with you to my house, tell me, because I don't want to look up and this is where I lay my head. If you can help it, don't bring nobody. Don't bring nobody. But other than that, everything good. Anyways, you guys, I know it's just the paranoia. Y'all, it's better to be safe than sorry. Like, I've always been like that. Just very security conscious, very safe, very aware of my surroundings. He said, "Can we smoke hookah?" I'm allergic to smoke. Like, I'm allergic to cigarette smoke. I'm allergic to cigarette smoke. I'm allergic to definitely, I guess weed or bud or whatever they call it. I went and smoked that anyways, but I start swelling, so I'm allergic to it. So I guess I'm just a fun snatcher. But anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about C Murder response to Monica's diss, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a diss, but that's something that he called it. He called it a diss, and a reaction to Finesse Two Times and his brother's beef. Okay. I want to read. Of course, I was reading. I went and I pulled up where they were saying that C Murder lost his last appeal. And I've always been very interested in C Murder's case, because C Murder's case is one of those cases when you talk about injustice, right? When you talk about an injustice, that's C Murder, right? It's an injustice all the way across the board. And I think people, because oftentimes people's minds can be so shallow, um, they talk about, well, he still had an apartment in the projects, and they kind of tricked people's minds when they were showing the video of C Murder being at a club, which was a completely separate entity, when he was pointing a gun he got into it with a bouncer. And I don't even know if he shot at the bouncer. I think he just pointed the gun at the bouncer. Okay. And they kind of use that to convict him. Those are the types of games that was played when that was a completely separate entity. It never should have even been allowed in evidence. But you're talking about the state of Louisiana, who's got those old French laws where they still operate up under those French laws. Anybody that is a lawyer knows that when you practice in the state of Louisiana, the law schools and everything, the law is completely different than anywhere in the United States, because they still operate up under those French laws. That's the reason why I say, Louisiana, of course, is the deep South. And of course, there's racism and things of that nature, but it's heavily saturated with African Americans. I can't understand why a lot of the African Americans are not rallying together so that they can help to overthrow those politicians and put in politicians that are going to, number one, make a promise to update and get them away from up under those French laws, right? And one of the laws that is definitely a slave law is, even in the state of Louisiana, if you are convicted of murder, regardless to rather there's an investigation done and it's found that there was corruption with the police, there was corruption, they wrongly convicted you. If you are convicted, It can never be overturned. Those are the laws. Now, if those are not slave laws, I don't know what is. I couldn't even live in a state that operated up under those laws, let alone be content with a state and politicians that are being elected, black politicians that are not working to try and fix those laws on the books. That's the very first thing that they should be trying to do, right? So, C. Murder has been convicted, and I kind of know the backstory, not because, of knowing or going, because when I was covering the Max case, okay, y'all know that was another no limit soldier, okay? And Mac did 20 years for a crime that everybody know that he did not commit. The young man had never been in trouble, never been to jail, very educated, was not into the street life, a lyricist. They was after Master P. See, Murder was a little different as far as his mentality. He was out in the street, but still to convict the man of a crime that he did not do, okay? To convict the man of a crime that he did not do is absolutely ludicrous. If a person goes out and commit another crime, but he's convicted of another crime, it's still injustice. As I say, it is better to allow 10 guilty men to go free than it is to convict one innocent one, right? It's not right to have an innocent man in jail for a crime, for life, for a crime that he did not do based on, well, he was still hanging in the projects. That's the reason why I say our minds can't be so shallow. And I'm not saying it just because it's C murders, because it's many C murders in that prison. It's a lot of them that's convicted because of the corrupt system down there. I don't know if y'all can, because I don't have time to talk about it. I wish I could, because I would love to, about how corrupt the system was in Louisiana with the police department and all of that. Like back in 1995, when the police department was just flat out taking folks out, putting hits on folks. And it was one of the reasons was they was the lowest paid in the country. At that time, I think the police department with New Orleans being the murder capital, the police department tapped out at $13. Who gonna be out there? Okay. Battling crime in the murder capital, and you tapping out at $13 an hour. Even back in the 90s, $13 wasn't nothing, right? So Faith says he was on another article that he can't get out. It will be hard. The man that took him down didn't play. Right. There was a sheriff that I can't think, Harry Lee. Okay. He dead and gone on somewhere. Okay. And he didn't like C Murder. He was one of the ones that didn't like C Murder. See, there's a story behind it. And he had vowed that he was going to get C Murder. C Murder was in one of those parishes. Harry Lee. What was the name of that parish that C Murder was in? Because see, I know the whole story. I really would love to talk about it. But I know his name was Harry Lee. What was the parish that C Murder was in that Harry Lee was over? And he had vowed to get C Murder. He had vowed to get him. He didn't like him. And it was just because of whatever, probably had a lot to do with jealousy. I'm not saying that C Murder was innocent. I think we all got our flaws, but you can't be convicting a man of a murder that didn't do it. Rest in peace to the young man, Stephen. I hate that happened to him. God up in heaven knows that I do. I hate that for his family. My heart goes out to his family and all of that. But, it's not right to have an innocent man in jail, because if they do it to C Murder, they can do it to anybody, right? They'll do it to anybody. And for it to not have been overturned. As a matter of fact, there was a judge named Martha Sassoon. If I'm not mistaken, Faith, you seem to know quite a bit about this. Was her name Martha Sassoon? I know her first name was Martha. And C Murder went before her. She actually overturned, because of the corruption. She actually overturned. Remember when C Murder was out for that time? Okay, she actually overturned the verdict and he was able to go free. Right, it was Jefferson Parish. He was able to go free. And they rallied and got that judge. They did not even elect her anymore. And then they put him back in jail. I never heard anything like that before. A judge lets him out because she sees the corruption where a lot of the witnesses was coerced, and we see that they have come forward years later. They was threatened, their family members were put in jail, they was put in jail. They threatened them, they coerced them into saying what they said. Oh, okay, she said she's a paralegal. Okay. See, Murder was a part sister. Who was a part? She said, see, Murder was a part sister. Louisiana had bad laws, but I love see, but it's more. Okay. And from my understanding, okay, they were a lot of, even what happened to McKinley Phelps, which was Mac. Okay, they put Mac in jail down there in Louisiana, and I think he was in another parish. I can't think of the parish right now. They put Mac in jail for a crime that they know that he did not commit. And from my understanding, just from talking to some of the people around, that they was really trying to extort Master P. I actually know the story behind what happened to McKinley Phipps because I talked to his mother, and she told me about how they was trying to extort Master P. The sheriff, the district attorney, who was finally a few years ago indicted, which means everybody, just about everybody that was put in jail up under his term, he had been there for years, ought to be let out. They found out the corruption he was doing, but the sheriff, the district attorney, and a bail bondsman company, they were all related, and they were working together, right, in Hunts. Okay, so Mac's mother told me about how they tried to extort Master P when they came to the house and got Mac, because there was a shooting at his concert. Now, how a man gonna be shooting? He up on stage and he running. Okay, he jumps down running, right? And his security guard actually confessed to it. He said the guy came in with a bottle. He confessed the next day. They told him to keep his mouth closed. They did not. It was inadmissible in court, I do believe. And Max says that when they came and got him, he was at home in bed. And one of the police officers said, is that Master P? And the other one said, no, this is one of his artists. And the other officer said, close enough, and took him to jail and never let him go for 20 years. See, when I talk about us fighting with each other, they ruined his career. Okay, so then the bail bondsman told Master P, and if he paid $500,000, they could ensure that McKinley Phelps, that Mac, which means they had to have had a judge working with him, could get out of jail. And she said that Master P got ready to pay it, and then he decided not to pay it because then it would just be, they would continuously extort. It's a damn shame that, I hear Master P say, well, I told them, and this is probably why he says it, I told them to get out of the state of Louisiana, but they didn't do it. But here's the thing, people should not have to leave a state that they was born and raised in if they don't want to, just because of the corruption of the damn politicians. That's the reason why I say that's where we as people, the citizens, have to be held accountable. You don't just wait until it happens to your family member. Don't get jealous. Well, he was all up on stage wearing that jewelry. We have an issue with being jealous with each other. And so when then something happens to somebody, well, see, Murder was driving all them nice cars and he was being in the projects. We have a way of slickly, some of us being happy that it happened because of jealousy, instead of saying we're gonna nip this problem in the bud. Okay, we're gonna nip this in the bud, because if it happens to C Murder, if it happens to Mac, it could happen to me. So now what we got to do is rally together and get politicians in office that's gonna work hard to overturn those old French laws. I could never be comfortable with that. So C Murder is in jail for a crime that he did not commit, because we saw the witnesses coming forward saying that they was coerced and threatened, that they was arrested and put in jail until they conformed. Okay. It was another young man that was with C Murder that finally confessed and admitted that he did it, and they still won't let him out. So we should be outraged, not just because it's C Murder, but because before C Murder, he's Corey Miller. He's a damn man. And if they do this to C Murder, can y'all imagine how many other young men that are in jail for crimes that they did not commit? Okay. See, when a person do wrong, I'm all for them going to jail. That's how I am. But when they didn't do it, I don't want to see a man in jail for a crime that they did not commit, right? So, anyways, that's the short story of the backstory, okay? But he's been in the news lately because his last appeal, okay? I went to the studio. She said they was doing too much here. I went to the studio before when Snoop was here. They had my uncle for murder with no DA. Oh, wow. Okay, so C Murder and Monica, has had an on again, off again relationship stemming back, seemed like to me, almost 30 years. Okay. That's what it seems like, almost 30 years. Who changed their statement again, Faith? Who changed their statement? Okay, stemming back almost 30 years. Okay. And the on again, off again relationship. And it seemed like, last year and the year before that, they finally got back together. Now, I kind of believe they was always in touch with each other, because she's always seemed to have been very smitten by C Murder her whole life, even though she went on and had kids with other men. When she talked about C Murder, she talked about her love for him, how they was friends. Her eyes would light up. She seemed to have been very smitten with him. They say she started dating him with his brother. His brother on here has the paperwork, the young guy. Who brother has the paperwork, Faith? I'm kind of lost. I took Monica's statement as her being heartbroken over his appeal denied. That could be true. I think Monica truly loves C Murder. I do. I don't really believe that she dissed him. They've had an on again, off again relationship. When people that have been around their relationship and knew their relationship, okay, when they got back together, people were saying that we don't know how long that's gonna last, because they've always had an on again, off again relationship. Like I said, she seemed to have been smitten with him for almost 30 years. Okay. Right. They say even when she was married to Shannon Brown, she was going and seeing C Murder, and she just always been smitten with him. Okay. And so they had gotten back together, and they seemed to have been doing good and all that good stuff. And hey, you have to think about when Monica came back into the picture. I'm pretty sure C Murder is C Murder. I've had the opportunity, because anyways, I won't get too much into that, because I won't. But C Murder he's very charming. He's a nice looking guy. He always was. He always was. And you have to think about, girls have consistently been writing C Murder. And I'm sure, because all he's got is time, I'm sure he already had somebody. So that's why when Monica went public with the relationship, which I didn't think was a good idea, you had several women coming out of the woodwork talking about, wait a minute, what happened? We've been going together. for the last 5, 6 years, So how all of a sudden I put money on his books, I go visit him. You had women saying that, what in the hell going on? I didn't think it was a good idea. I see why Monica did it, because she wanted to solidify her, I guess, her position, and she wanted to make her presence in his life known. And I'm pretty sure she was giving money and helping to pay for lawyers and things of that nature. Yeah, he was married, and when he was dating Monica, they say he was married or got married or something. And so so now they've broken up again. Okay, so now they've broken up again, and somebody was on her Instagram and asked her about C Murder. Okay, and she says that, why don't y'all follow my lead? And I'm not saying it verbatim. I have not mentioned him for 2 years. She says that to make a long story short, hey, I got my heart broken again, and it is what it is. I learned a lesson from that. I moved on. So I guess she's saying that they've been broken up for 2 years, and he broke her heart again, and she learned yet another lesson. Okay, that's what I got from that. So C Murder responded, because they said Monica got her a new man. I was looking at Tasha K, and Monica done got her a new man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I like Monica, because Monica used to be one of my favorite artists. She still that album that she's got called The Makings of Me, that's one of those ones that I like to pull out the vault. I didn't necessarily like the song that she remade, The Makings of Me, but that album got some songs on there that I love. And one of my favorite songs that she's got, if not my favorite one, is Doing Me Right. Okay. She had a lot of nice songs on that album. Doing Me Right, Why Her, all of those songs, like that album was the shit right there. It didn't get as much success as it should have. Okay. But I'm gonna read to y'all what C Murder said. Okay, let me see if I could pull it up. Here they go right here. It's the Shade Room says, it seems like C Murder piqued Monica's desire to create distance between her name and his. On Tuesday, December the 12th, the incarcerated rapper took to social media with what seems like a little clapback for the so-gone singer. C Murder, whose legal name is Corey Miller, shared his thoughts in the caption of an Instagram feed. He says, I don't know why someone feels the need to publicly bash a person that's fighting for his life. C Murder wrote, adding question marks. I am a black male fighting and hoping for freedom one day. He didn't name drop his estranged ex. However, Miller's post came a week after Monica stepped into the Shade Room to confirm she's moved on from him. The singer has stepped out to Nelly's recent birthday celebration alongside her new bae. She went off when the roomies pressed the singer about her red carpet date, Anthony, and her status with C Murder. She says, I haven't said his name in 2 years. Can y'all follow my lead like y'all did when I brought him up? One band, one sound, Monica exclusively wrote. Okay. So she says, well, here it is in short. I learned yet another valuable lesson. I went through it, got over it. Now I can laugh about it. Life continues, Monica wrote. Okay. Okay. She talked about how she got her heart broken. She said, want to speak on something? Let's talk about freeing us. Louise, C Murder says, want to speak on something? Let's talk about freeing us Louisiana inmates still held illegally and unconstitutionally by a racist Jim Crow law through a non-retroactive 10 to none ununanimous jury facts. Okay. And he's right. Because I think in the state of Louisiana, the whole all of the jury, it does not have to be unanimous, for them to the jury, everybody in the jury don't have to agree that you're guilty for them to find you guilty. And that is crazy. Yeah, she has to go. Yeah, that was a great album. Yeah, she has to go because he under a bad deal. The only God can get him out if he right. Yeah, Monica was young. Well, see, Monica talked about that. Well, Faith, so Faith, what is it? Because let me just say this, I'm not saying that I know everything, but I mean, I have talked to them, so I do know, I know what they told me. I've done research on it, and I do know that the young man has gotten a bad deal. And anybody that continuously changed their statements couldn't be credible anyways. You're a paralegal. I'm an investigator, so we both know that. Byron Brown says, yes, that's true. I went through it. But Faith, tell us what we don't know, because maybe I've only gotten the side of the people that know him side. Okay, thank you. I thought you were saying I didn't know the whole story. And I was saying that, I don't. I only know the side of, only know what I've researched in the side of his family and friends, that I've talked to. Hell, I've talked, to him too one time. But I have heard the side of, because I was looking at another vlog one night, and I was looking at another vlog, and I saw where Steve Thomas's family, his brothers and stuff was on there, and my heart and stuff go out to them. And I think that it is a travesty of justice, because I know that Steve's family want justice for him, and they should get that. But I think it is a travesty of justice for the state of Louisiana to give them a microwave or a fake situation, okay? Or fake justice. You know what I mean? Like, to just, okay, we're gonna give you C murder because um thank you, Faith. We're gonna give you C murder because he's the bigger star, whatever. I don't think that is fair to Steve Thomas's family. And I really think that Steve Thomas's family should be suing the state of Louisiana for um for I guess what they have done, which is not right. With which is not right. And I know a lot of people say, well, right, he was a teen that was in the club. Even still, as teens, we all have done things. We've snuck out and gone places that we should not have gone. But he still should not have been taken out. But even still, the person who took him out should be doing life. But the reason why they won't take the statement of the person that admitted to doing it is because the person that finally admitted to doing it is already in jail. And the thing of the matter is, they like it, that C Murder has a brother and two brothers and other celebrities that give money, that is continuously fighting it. The state of Louisiana is getting a lot of money off of people that's really fighting for C murder, because they know that this is an injustice. They like getting all that money. So it's beneficial to the state of Louisiana to see them consistently paying for appeals, paying for lawyers, paying for all of the other stuff in the background, right? So I think that that's messed up. That's one thing that I think that celebrities should really be rallying behind him, just because oh, it was a teen club. Oh, okay, I didn't know it was a teen club. See, I'm glad you told me that. See, I didn't know that it was a teen club. I've heard people say, because I was looking at some people in the comments of the show that his family was on, and they were saying, why was a teen in a club? But see, I didn't know that it was a teen club. I didn't know that it was a teenage club. Okay, that they was in. And I know that they said that Steve Thomas was a really big fan of C murders and all of that. I hate that that happened to that young man. Yeah, I'm glad she told me that, because see, I had no idea that it was a teenage club. I didn't know it. So that clears that up of why he was at the club. It was a teenage club. They said Kim. Well, from my understanding, Kim Kardashian, Monica got Kim Kardashian to step in and start helping them. But see, Kim Kardashian was able to, hey, rest in peace, young dog. Kim Kardashian was able to get a lot of things done up under the Trump administration. From my understanding, she had favor with somebody up under this Trump administration. Y'all know Kim Kardashian is in law school. You know, her daddy was a lawyer. He was O.J. Simpson's lawyer. And she had some favor, she had some connections up under the Trump administration. And from my understanding, and this came from people that know C Murder, that Trump was going to work at helping to get C Murder out, but he was not reelected. So that's unfortunate. But yet and still, C Murder should be out of jail because C Murder did not commit that crime. And for a judge to overturn the sentence and then they reverse it because she see the corruption, and then they turn around and reverse it and make sure that they get out and rally against that lady being reelected in her position is just absolutely corrupt on so many levels. It's in the hand of the governor, because I think it's the governor, the state of Louisiana governor would have to be the one to pardon him or to what, give him clemency or something like that. Hey y'all, don't know anything. I'm from where the club is from. It's not a teen club. The teen was somewhere he wasn't supposed to be. A C didn't shoot that teen as well. Nicole, I said he didn't shoot him. I said he didn't shoot him. I wish that one of the ladies from Louisiana, based on Faith, Faith, would you like to come up on the panel, or you don't want to? Gristles Hardaway says, Tim, did you hear about Andre Braugher dying? Nicole, they saying different things. It was where teens was because a guy died there at. Oh, I see. Gristle says, Sam, did you hear about Andre Braugher dying? He was on the movie set, on the bus. I hadn't heard about that. Gristle says Mac wants to work on the case too. And I think that would be a good idea because Mac was definitely in jail for, everybody know he didn't do it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show y'all something. I want to show y'all this because I did a show on that. I want to show y'all this. When I was working on the Mac situation, I even went and got Judge Joe Brown, who is a Memphian, to look at the situation. I got one of the top attorneys, Leslie Bowden, in Memphis, to look at the situation. All of them are, nothing but corruption went on there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm getting ready to see if I could find it. It's been so long. Hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can find it. You guys make sure y'all hit the like button also. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. Okay, here it is right here. Yeah, hit the like button for me.
I gonna live in
himself, but that's the only reason why he was with No Limit. He decided to go with No Limit, but he really wasn't a gangster rapper.
Not knowing that the state of Louisiana was really after Master P, probably because he was making a whole lot of money.
Okay, that's the show when I was talking about when Mac was in jail, and Mac's family came from Louisiana to my studios in Memphis. And I called Judge Joe Brown over there. And then I had one of Memphis's top attorneys to come over there. And before they came over there, I had sent them paperwork that I'd had. I asked them if they would just scratch the surface and kind of look at McKinley Phipps case, Judge Joe Brown being a judge. Okay. And I asked Leslie Ballin, right? Leslie Ballin called one of the lawyers. A lot of the lawyers was corrupt. They did not even want to talk to Leslie Ballin. Now they was taking all of this money from them, but yet they telling Leslie, well, it ain't really nothing that could be done. That's just how it is in Louisiana. But they're making these folks think that that they really trying to help them, right?
Being a CEO.
It sounds crazy, but it's so true.
Okay, even on here, you hear Mac's mother talking about how that they was trying to extort Master P. They was trying to extort Master P. She kind of told the whole story on here about how they was trying to extort Master P, and that's the reason why they couldn't get to him, because he left Louisiana, remember, and moved. Okay, Mac was never a felon. Gristle Hardaway. Mac had never been to jail. He had never been a felon. He had never been to jail, arrested or nothing. Okay, so
he was making millions and millions of dollars, and
their mind. But as far as the jurors are concerned, I just kind of believe that if you have an African American.
Okay, and so that's when Mac was in jail, when he was kind of telling the story about what had happened. I'm going to look for the video of the young man that confessed to the crime the day after. Okay, so that's Leslie Ballin. That's one of the top attorneys in Memphis. Now y'all start seeing Leslie on one of them if they go hire Leslie, you might need to get a little scared, okay? Because his office is the best, okay? He's actually the top attorney in Memphis, okay? Him and Steve Faris. But you know, they don't want to put out that kind of money on for what you call now. I mean, yeah, did I say Leslie Ballin? Yeah, I hope I didn't say Bowden. Leslie Ballin. They don't want to put out that type of money for straight dropping them, okay? But if you start seeing him and Steve Farice, you're gonna know some money really being put out there, but they can't afford that. Ballin can get anybody off, and he pays well. He's the only attorney only defense attorney I like doing work for, because you're gonna get cashed out, okay? And he paid, and he don't care what your fee is. He says, I was there when they released in the car waving, crying, Joy Mac. Okay. Anyways, let me find that. But Leslie came right over there, and he even called Louisiana and started talking to some of these dudes' lawyers. And their lawyers, you have to be careful. And that's another thing. You have to be real careful. Yeah, he's a straight shooter. You have to be very careful here, because see, Leslie Ballin, you're gonna pay them $60,000 and $70,000 retainer fees, $100,000 retainers fee. He got Mary Winkler off. He got them 3 boys over there in Arkansas, and we know they killed them little boys. He was able years later to work with Johnny Depp and get them off. I mean, he got a dream team. Hold on for a second, y'all. But he was a sport, though. He came over there to the office. When he walked into the building, the barbershop up front, it won't be nothing but a bunch of guys up there. And they all knew him. That's because they had been through the system. Hold on one second.
The other guy that was security with us, he was into it, and I was trying to stop.
Okay, so right after they arrested Mac, this guy right here, it was his bodyguard, which was his auntie's husband at the time. He was actually the person that shot the young man, okay? He went and confessed. Y'all hear him confessing a couple days after. This man, they told him to be quiet, okay? They wouldn't let him come to court and testify that he had did it, because they wanted to frame Mac. And that's what they did when this guy admitted that he did it. Let's hear what he got to say. This is actually him talking to the police.
Them was fighting. The guys that was, I don't know what the other guys come, they were fighting against the crew that was with us. So I'm trying to stop the big commotion. There's people flying everywhere. I'm standing out holding my hand in this way, trying to stop people this way. I'm trying to stop people. They think I look up. They got a guy charging me with a broken wheel coming toward me. You know, in my vicinity, 6 to 8 feet. Then I panicked. I was sitting there standing there trembling for my life. I didn't know if my life was in jeopardy. Okay, what happened after that? I see him coming toward me. Like I said, I was trembling. I didn't know what to do. You know, I'm fair reaction. I panicked.
There was more evidence actually showing that you didn't commit the crime. Did you feel like that you were going to get a not guilty verdict?
Okay, as y'all can see, it took me weeks to do research and stuff. I had even cut my hair off. Y'all see my hair long in one scene, and then after that, child, I went and I had my hair chopped off. So that's why y'all see me different throughout the because I was doing research. I was doing a whole lot of stuff. It didn't take like a day, like it was completely different. Right. But anyways, y'all hear the young man confessed a few days after. Okay. He confessed a few days after and said he was Mac's bodyguard. He said, I panicked. I fired. He was coming at me, and they still convicted Mac. You know why? Because he was one of Master P's top artists. Mac was rising to the top. Him and C Murder. They were the ones that was over there writing all them hits. They wrote Wobble Wobble. They wrote a whole lot of those songs, right? And so they started, because they couldn't get Master P, they started getting his top artists, right? which is messed up on so many levels, right? And so that's what I'm talking about, the corruption in Louisiana. The corruption in Louisiana, like, and it was a lot worse back then, because I think Mac was convicted like back in 1999. He was convicted like back in 1999. C Murder was then, they then turned around and got C Murder in like 2000 or 2001. He was going back and forth with the system. C Murder, I'm hearing, before he was convicted, he had to sell everything. They drained him. They said he was worth about $2 or $3 million back then. He used all of that on legal fees, right? Then he started having to sell his properties and stuff. Then his brother kept having to put money into the legal system. He got two brothers. Silk is his brother too. Celebrities around him having, giving what they can. So it is beneficial to the state of Louisiana, I believe, to keep a innocent man in jail, because they like them pumping all this money. That's the reason why I say the citizens of Louisiana, first of all, they need to rally together and make some demands as it relates to some of those laws, right? Those old French laws, it should be illegal for one state to be able to operate up under French laws while other states don't. They teaching law differently in Louisiana. That should be illegal, because it is definitely an injustice for a state to say, regardless to whether corruption is found, if a person is convicted of a murder, it can never be overturned. We don't care if we find out the police was corrupt, if it was a mistake. They don't care. If they convict you, you ain't getting out. Now that's the injustice. And that's what C Murder is dealing with. And I don't think people know that. So if it's happening to C Murder, and C Murder is a celebrity, can y'all imagine how many other people that this has been done to? When they finally convicted that guy, Faith, what was the name of that parish that Mac was in? I keep forgetting, because they don't have counties, they have parishes. See, Murder was in Jefferson Parish. Faith, what's the name of that parish that Mac was in? I can't think of it. You just said it, but I can't think of it right now. See, Murder was in Jefferson Parish. Was it St. Bernard Parish that Mac was in? Is it St. Bernard? I don't know. I think Mac was in St. Bernard Parish. The district attorney was arrested some years back. He had been there for 30 years because the FBI went in and got him because they found out he had been corrupt. But they quietly did that. You didn't hear anything about them going back through a fine-tooth comb and looking at a lot of those young men that had been arrested up under his administration. And his brother was the sheriff, and one of their cousins or something owned the bonding company. Okay? You didn't hear them saying anything about they going back and re-looking at a lot of those cases to set some of those black men free. They didn't do that. So that's the reason why I say what's going to happen is, this is how you shake some stuff up. Okay? You start letting them politicians know, let their governor know you won't be re-elected. Start grooming somebody else and standing behind them. Louisiana is saturated with a lot of black people. Y'all can, a lot of the black people can get in there who they want to, if everybody is on one accord. Okay. He said, what up, 504? Okay. Free Roy the Prince, Magnolia, free C Murder. Yeah, free C Murder. Free all of the ones that they got in jail for crimes that they did not commit. I think it's a darn shame. I think it's a darn shame.
Well, actually, I believe the whole time that Jerry will come back not guilty. Me and my attorney as well. And his I would say strategy, I guess, was, you know, once the prosecutor, and let me just make this point, the prosecutor made
what I've read, you know. So
if those other things become lucrative enough for me to quit my job, then I'll quit my job.
yeah, wow. Well, Mac, you know, I am delighted to have did this interview with you. You know what? All your calmness and how you're really like a model for people that, what's the word that I'm looking for? I guess that lacks patience, because you still have your sanity, and that's a blessing. You know, I do believe in God, and you still have your sanity, and it's been God's grace. I know that, because somebody else for 16 years, but you know, like you said, it's quite a few people that are in prison for crimes that they didn't commit. But sometimes people don't take it and have the sanity that you have. So I think that's awesome.
Louisiana Department of Corrections. Well, I wanted to say, thank you for having me here. And I appreciate everything that you know you've been doing, and I'm pretty sure my mother's still staying with it, and my father. If what you define, if what I have is what you define as sanity, then I just try to just, I guess, see the most positive outcome in it. Because it's so easy to just mope and you know, just to let the situation work me out. But I just kind of promise myself that I'm allowing to build me, you know, to build my character.
So in closing, what would you like to say to all your fans that still believe in you and still love you?
Wow. I just want to say that I'm almost out of support. And thank you to everybody who petitioned. Thank you to all the people who emailed me, wrote me letters, because it was those people that helped me deal with this moment. And I don't think I could have handled it without that support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I think about that interview, and I'm glad that he's out. He's been out now for, like, they made him do 20 years for a crime. 21 years exactly for a crime that y'all saw on video that his security guard who was protecting him confessed to. Okay? All because they wanted to extort Master P. Mac never been in jail. Always been, you heard his mama say, never been in jail, never ran the streets, always did music, always was a writer, always. When Mac first started rapping, he was like 9 to 10 years old, and he was like a Malcolm X. He always did positive music. Master P asked him to sign with him, and that's when he started doing other types of music, okay? Because, like, even now that he's out, he's back on that positive vibe. He does music, although he's been doing shows with Master P, you know, to make money when they was doing that No Limit situation. But this is a prime example of a travesty of justice, right? And it's the exact same thing that is going on with C Murder. It's the exact thing that's going on with C Murder. And like I said, I feel bad for the Thomas family, because what they need to do is file a lawsuit against the state of Louisiana. Because just like that young man, his security guard confessed to the murder of the person that was killed at the club. There's been another man, actually the guy that was with C Murder. See, that was mad at C Murder because he wouldn't tell. And so there's been another man to come forward and confess, said, let C go. I was with him. I was the one that did it. folks think that he's just making that confession right now because he's in jail, I believe in Georgia, doing life. That man been did that. He been tried to confess, but they wanted C Murder. So it's a travesty of justice to the young man who was killed and to C Murder and his family. It's not right. Okay? So free C Murder. You know, I don't think Monica dissed him, you know, but I guess he felt like that was putting a negative connotation on his name to say that he broke her heart. That's, you know, Monica is a real big celebrity and she's got a very big fan base, right? So I guess to say, you know, he broke my heart, that may make people who was wanting to see him free, that was supporting him and stuff, feel a certain way. I don't think she was trying to do that, but that's what could happen. And so I'm hearing like what last month or a few weeks ago, C Murder exhausted his last appeal and it was denied. And so he can't, I mean, that was his last one. So now they're basically saying that this man who is in his 50s got to spend the rest of his life in jail because Sheriff Harry Lee said and he dead and rotten and gone on to wherever he gonna go. Okay. And this man is in jail, and Sheriff Harry Lee had vowed, I'm going to get you. And when I get you, you ain't getting out no more. And that's what they did. All right. So y'all put free C Murder in the chat, but it ain't enough to just say free C Murder. It's got to be some actions behind that. Okay, so now that we saying free him, what we gonna do now? Because saying free him ain't gonna free him. It's got to be some action behind that. So our rallies gonna be put together to start recruiting the young people because they have to be the ones to keep the movement going, right? Are some rallies gonna be put together to start trying to let the governor know we ain't playing with you, governor? If some whoever the state, these laws, the state senators, Congress, these laws got to be changed. Those old French laws got to be overthrown. That's number one. Or else, whoever you're not gonna be reelected. See, you have a lot of white people that want those laws in the state of Louisiana to be in place, and that's the reason why they're still in place, because it don't affect them. It affects all the black people. Okay? It affects all the black people. So free C Murder, and then some rallies and stuff need to be put together. More attention needs to be brought. It was all over national TV. Okay. If the young man, rest in peace, Young Dog says, I'm back, Miss T, a little off topic, but Mia got an interview with Angela Yee on the way. Gonna shake up the streets. She's speaking her truth and standing on real life business. Shout out to Mia J. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Thankful Bliss says Louisiana don't care though, Queen. That's sad. You know what? Me and Mac's mother, like I said, when I did the case on Mac, me and his family became very close, and we're still very close. I just sent his nieces and nephews and stuff, like we became very, like me and his auntie really close, his mother. I go to Louisiana, spend time with them. They've come to Memphis. They planning a trip to Memphis now to spend some time with me. And that's how I got to know C Murder and them, and just C Murder's sister and all of that. Him and Master P's sister, and they're still fighting for him. And to know a lot of the backstory of what was truly going on in these cases. Okay. And Free C Murder, I hate his kids got to see him protect. And I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody, when when I've gone to Louisiana, when we went this one time during the summer. Okay, not this one time, but the first time I went, and we was hanging out over there at Mac's grandma's house. That's where like Baby and his brother and them all grew up around that area. Master P's Master P's wife. That was the Uptown, the third ward. I think it's GT and Durbany, General Taylor. That's what it is. General Taylor and Durbany. That's where we was hanging out at over there. And people talked about how, like, even though C Murder was out in the street, he was the favorite one because he fellowship with those people in the projects. Like, he made sure everybody ate. He was always giving the kids money and stuff, to go get them something to eat. Like, he took care of them people over there in the projects. They said he was always even though he was the more street one and couldn't stay out the street, he was the more free-hearted one as far as his money. That's why when in Louisiana you hear people say, we mess with C Murder. That's because they said C Murder took care of them people. He was the one with the bigger heart, even though he was the more street one. Good, Nola. C Murder was the realest one, my opinion. C Murder wasn't a gangster like though Queen coming up. No, because C Murder was in the army. That's the reason why they say he was really smart. He's written books. They say he was very smart and stuff, but he went to the army and everything. So Faith said, oh my God, 38 years. That's a long time, Faith. My God. Jesus Christ. There was another case that I was that Mac's mother had, I was looking at where this guy was given life, and he's a dark-skinned bald head guy, and the witnesses described the killer as a light-skinned short guy. And this guy was a dark-skinned bald head guy that was tall, but because they said that he was when they pulled them over or whatever, hey, he was in the car that was used. The next day he was riding with the folks. He said he didn't know what they had did. They got that man in jail for life in Louisiana. Okay, Faith, that'll be awesome. I would like that. Hey, Kimberly. And I want to go on and put it out there. It's more friction in bag case. They trying their best to keep shit behind closed doors. It's gonna come out. Oh, I figured it was. Rest in peace, young dog. And let me just say this because I think I was ready to talk about. I think I'm gonna have to do another. We're gonna have to do a live tonight. Okay, but free C Murder, y'all. Free C Murder, justice for Stephen Thomas, the young man that had lost his life. Because I don't ever want to omit the young man that lost his life. Okay, I hate that happened, and I really wish that Stephen Thomas' family would file a lawsuit against the state of Louisiana for not bringing to justice the real killer, not charging the real person that did this. Did Moneybagg really have a health scare after he was served those papers? You remember the 3 guys that got life for nothing? Was that in the state of Louisiana, Faith? Cypress in here? Hold on, it's quite a few people I missed. I didn't see Cypress in here. Hey, Dominic. He got out and died the day after. Oh my God. Rest in peace, young dog says they saying Bag had a attack. No, that's them jerks and drank catching up. Okay, let's do that. Y'all, let's talk about Finesse brother right quick. Then we'll touch on Moneybagg and right after I finish talking about Finesse. Finesse 2 times and his brother's beef. Now, with Finesse 2 times and his brother's beef, it kind of saddens me because I hate to see 2 brothers going at it. Okay, but now I do believe, hey, I just looking at them both. I mean, they both out in the street. They both done dirt. But I do believe that Finesse's brother do love him. Do Finesse love his brother? I don't know. I think Finesse has had some trauma, especially being in and out of jail where there is some type of blockage. He might not know how to do anything except for be selfish. When you have people like Finesse that's been in and out of jail and they've been disconnected from their loved ones because they've been in jail in survival mode. You have to watch people like that. He probably has a disconnect as far as love. And I'm serious. Now he might love those kids because kids are innocent, they're pure. But he's probably got his reservations about anything else. He might even look at his mama and his brother and them as being human beings with some type of ulterior motive. Hey, because I truly believe that he do have some type of affection for King, right? I do. King is a baby though, right? He's a child. So, but I hate to see this going on between Finesse 2 times and his brother. As I've said before, I don't want to see no love because I think I want to see no love make it, right? I know a lot of people were saying, well, no love should not have taken it to the internet and all of that. But oftentimes, people say anything, but when you hurt, you do stuff like that. Folks will say, well, I wouldn't do that, but then they get other folks to do it for them and say, well, I didn't do it. Like, we don't know you got somebody else to speak for you. People have a lot to say, right? All the time. But I hate to see this going on between 2 brothers. I do. I hate to see it going on between 2 brothers. As far as Honeycomb Brazy, I don't really think Honeycomb Brazy want no beef with either one of them. Honeycomb just having fun, right? I think that Honeycomb Brazy and Finesse 2 times would do better together because somebody told me that Honeycomb is still assigned to mob ties. If he ain't careful, they'll mess around and pit them against each other. And I kind of don't want to see that happen, right? No Love looks like his brother, and he sounds like his brother. Finesse is just one of those ones right now that's just got star status on him. So I think it would be better, if he was, around his brother. Hey, sometimes you can't be. If he is like he say, sometimes you can't be. When this is your family and your family don't treat you right. Because I'm gonna tell you something, business or not, when you're dealing with family, right? You want them to follow the rules. They have to follow the rules, but you deal with them a little differently, right? Because I ain't gonna have nobody talking crazy to my sister. I wouldn't have nobody talking crazy to any of my employees, but if you call yourself got people around you, you don't let them mistreat your family. I'm gonna tell you why. When people are up for no good, oftentimes the first thing that they'll do is try to get the people away from around you. They're threatened by your family anyways, right? So they try and isolate you from the people that could have your back so that they can have their way with you. So you better be very careful in having their way, which is stealing from you, setting you up, misguiding you, and lining you up in the end. So you have to be very, very careful about that. Okay, because in the end, I don't believe that Finesse 2 times brother, all the talking he doing, I still don't think he'll line him up. I don't. But them other Negroes, if for the right price, they will. So I think Finesse need to be very careful about that to include them women. Okay? To include them women. So I think Finesse 2 times need to rethink that. I know they say he got the other brother around him, which is cool, it's good, but I don't think that his other brother is street. You know, if no love, hey, no love is out in the street. What he needs to do is he want his brother to act a certain way, pull his brother to the side and say, look here, bro, I need you. I want you here, but this how I need you to act. I'm trying to get money. So if I'm gonna make money so that I can continuously be where I'm at and to put you on, I need you to start acting like this. But don't pull your brother in your business when you want him to do your dirty work. He wasn't saying that about his brother when he put his brother in that line of fire and sent him to Huntsville to act like he was him, even though they look alike. You could already tell with the mask and everything on that he was not him. Don't pull your brother in your business when you want him to go at Honeycomb Brazy, because I mean, Honeycomb Brazy, anybody know. Everybody gonna ride with their relatives. So if my sister is into it with somebody, I'm into it with that person too. Okay, that's just how it is, especially if you don't know them. Now, if you know them, you might want to try to mediate with that. Okay, because you know, hey, I don't want to have to choose sides, because if I have to choose sides, I'm gonna choose my sister. So let me mediate this. But if you don't know him, hell, I'm riding with my sister. Right? And I'm sure Honeycomb Brazy understand that. So I think all of those brothers, because Honeycomb Brazy is putting the state of Alabama on. I like Alabama. For some reason, I fell in love with Alabama. It's just a lot of possibilities in Alabama, okay? Honeycomb Brazy is putting Alabama on. I'm glad to see that. Okay, because I love the South. Okay, I love to see not just Memphis, but I love to see the South put on, because the South started a lot of trends that other areas took all the credit from. They felt like the South was a bunch of damn country bumpkins. We're gonna go and steal from them and laugh at them and try to keep them, you know, in the bushes. But he helping to put the South on. I mean, put Alabama on, and he carrying it on his shoulders, okay, which is good. And that's the reason I say I hope Honeycomb Brazy don't get into that dark stuff, because right now he's keeping it lighthearted and fun, where he's making fun and throwing little jabs or whatever, but he's still putting that good music out. But when people start dying and stuff, that's gonna change the energy, and a lot of the people that was supporting him gonna start pulling back, because then that's that dark energy that the industry carries, and for some reason want for these young dudes to carry on now, right? People can laugh and stuff with them now and still want all of them to win, but when somebody lose their life, that's gonna change the energy of it. And then, you know, you ain't gonna the same thing that happened with Young Dolph, right? Except for the beef with Honeycomb Brazy and Finesse 2 times, them ain't gone as far as it did with Young Dolph, okay? And they are a lot younger than the Negroes that was involved in this Young Dolph situation, because, you know, they tried to take Young Dolph out a couple times, which was gone too far. Because when you start shooting at somebody, when you start trying to take somebody out, you have gone too far. Right? It wasn't funny no more. And their feet should have been held to the fire then. Okay, well then I tell you what, now you going too far now. When you start shooting at Young Dolph, you start trying to take his life, all because of some rap lyrics. Okay, anything happened to him, we can't support you. That's what we should have did. That's what we as the public should have did, because we can control a lot of what these Negroes do by not spending our money. And if we don't spend our money, these record labels and stuff ain't gonna support them. No, you ain't got no fan base. No, they rallying against it. We can't touch that. We gotta be able to get a return on our money. So you doing that to Young Dolph, we can't support you, and that changes the energy of it. Folks sitting up talking about Gotti can't make his people do what he want them to do. I bet you he would have been telling Big Juke them to sit their asses down. Now, nigga, you messing with Juke would have sat down himself. Gotti wouldn't even have to tell him, but he wasn't gonna tell him anyway because he wanted it. But you know, that's another story. I ain't gonna get into that right now. That's another story, but we already know he wanted it. Okay, he didn't tell him to stop because they was doing it for him because he wanted it. Okay, y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay. If it was Gotti instead of Dolph, I'd be on here doing the same damn thing. If Dolph and them had a history of trying to take Gotti out because of lyrics, I'd be on here saying the same thing, that Dolph and them was wrong. I would have said Dolph them had a history of trying to take out a man with kids just because of words. I'd be saying the same thing. It was wrong. He was a human being. That's what I would be saying. Rainwater said he gonna put honeycomb on something. Yeah, who does Rainwater work with? Does he work with Gazi? Does Rainwater work with Gazi? Okay. Anyways, y'all. Oh, they say he trying to put him on Mo 3 album. He trying to put everybody on Mo 3 album. I tell you. Yeah, these okay. Oh. Anyways. He was Mo 3 manager. Rainwater be on YouTube. Oh, okay. Cypress, you sick. But here's the thing, though, y'all. I think it's a shame. Like, they try to take Dolph out, and Dolph still never. I really wish Dolph would have went to the FBI on him. A man could have had y'all put in jail, and they still would have been in jail to this day. He didn't even pursue it, and they still tried to take him out. He was really helping them. Even though they had a history of trying to kill him, and they still take him out. It's just evil on so many levels. It is. And they talking about Moneybagg. I see right after I put out that video, money. Hey, how you doing, Moneybagg? Because I think Moneybagg be looking. I think Moneybagg a fan of the show too. I hear Big Juke Shorely is a fan of the show. He got his notifications on when I come on. Now that's what I've been told. Juke got his notifications on every time I come on. He stop what he doing and tune in and call other people, say she on. Juke, I hope y'all ain't the ones that's sending them trolls up in here. But Juke, how you doing, Juke? But I think Moneybagg a fan of the show too, okay? Because as soon as I said Moneybagg, Moneybagg was so kind to get that little $1,000 shortly after they posted on his social media, like an hour after they posted on his social media explaining why he gave only $1,000, but they said, but just wait, because he's got a lot more that he's gonna give. Hey, Moneybagg, I know you're a fan of the show. I don't trust any of them. Yeah, I hear that Big Juke have his notifications on my channel. As soon as I come on, He stopped whatever he doing, whether he in the studio or on the plane or whatever, and get to texting people saying she on and sharing it as soon as I come on. So I know you was disappointed when I didn't go live. I know he on here now. How you doing, Juke? Look, Cypress said they all watched the show. I'm glad you found out, because Angela watched the show too, child. Because I called myself preached a sermon on her the other day, child, and she gonna post some stuff about she's staying. Ain't nobody told her to leave him. Oh, child. They're talking about Moneybagg, the ambassador for the county. Hey, but I didn't say nothing bad. I just said Moneybagg was so kind to get that $1,000, and I just said I ain't rich or nothing, but I give more than that, because I get to links. That's Women in Need Can Survive. I mean, that comes out monthly. Okay, I gives to the United Way. Okay. My ministry is also just stopping on the street. Anytime I know I'm gonna be, anytime I know that I gotta be in downtown Memphis, like I gotta go take a class for the government next. Well, I ain't gonna say when, shit, because these folks crazy. I already know I'm gonna be in downtown Memphis, so I always stop at the McDonald's and get a whole lot. All of the homeless people is in downtown Memphis. It's cold, so you go like around Poplar, okay, around the park, around the downtown area, up under the bridges. I stop and get a lot of coffees. I stop and get a lot of sausage and biscuits, and you just give them out. That's a ministry too, right? Feeding the homeless, because they be hungry. They be laying all in parking lots and stuff in the driveway, sleep. It's a darn shame before God. It is. But they sitting up talking about helping people from other countries, and we got all of these homeless people laying out here in the cold, hungry and stuff. Okay. And it don't even matter if he give more. It don't count no more. Should have did the first, right? As soon as I did that video, an hour later, his people put out that post talking about, he explaining why he only gave $1,000, but he is an ambassador and he's got a lot more that he's gonna give. It's only the beginning. I said, Lord, I said, hey, Moneybagg, you a fan of the show? Hey, Moneybagg. Child, please. Like I said, I ain't got no issues with Moneybagg. He just ain't passed the smell test. And hopefully, it ain't what I think it is. Okay. Hopefully it ain't what I think it is. But normally I ain't wrong. But anyways. Moneybagg, cheap people with your status give. I mean, hey, $5,000 is for a celebrity that's cheap. 5,000 is for a celebrity that's cheap, but $1,000, oh Lord, that let me know you don't want to do nothing. But hey, hopefully you redeem yourself. Help the kids, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be cheaper to be an ambassador for the kids, to help them read and get books and stuff. It's cheaper than buying the machine weapons and stuff that I'm hearing that's saturating the hood. Now, I ain't saying Moneybagg is the one that's saturating the hood with these guns, but that's just the rumor. But I'm not saying that he is. I hope he ain't. But shout out to Moneybagg for becoming an ambassador. Mayor Lee Harris is the county's mayor. And I'm almost positive Moneybagg ain't talked to Mayor Lee Harris. Okay, Moneybagg is, his people are dealing with that girl, that liaison that's over stuff like that, getting celebrities to to draw an interest in have being a positive influence on the kids. I forget her name, but her office does that. You might see him do a promo with Lee Harris. They might try to get him to an event that Lee is going to and shaking Lee's hand, but I can promise you he ain't had when Lee Harris got well, okay, I'm gonna leave it. Okay, I'm through with that. TB21 says, Miss T, give us the tea on Moneybagg. Spend something, Moneybagg. I know Moneybagg. This is a shout out to Roseanne Cheeks. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. The Cypress says Moneybagg looked like Roseanne Barr. Lord have mercy. I said out of all the people, that right there took me out. Now, he could have said anybody, but I never even thought nobody would ever even think of Roseanne Barr. That took me out of all the celebrities, Roseanne Barr. Oh my God. I never in my life would have thought of Roseanne Barr. When Cypher said Moneybagg around here, walking around here looking like Roseanne Barr. Oh my God, Roseanne Barr. Oh my God, it's a lot coming to light about Bagg real soon since he ain't learnt. Long live the real Nunu and Portia P. So with the TDJ, who was Nunu and Portia P? Were they rapping? Oh, I think Gotti be looking too. Gotti a fan of the show too, child. Gotti, I heard you tuned in after you I heard you tuned in after you gave that subliminal, the straight drop to see if I was gonna say something. Hey, Gotti, of course I said it. I hope you look. I know you looked at the video. I know you looked at it, Gotti, because you got the notification on your phone. Oh Lord, y'all, I'm on one this morning. I gotta get out and go finish shopping, child. Oh, Gotti, don't put no hits on me. As a woman, sis, leave me alone now. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. But you know, Juke be saying the biggest, and I hear he is the biggest fan of my show. He's the biggest one. He's the biggest fan. So when he be saying the biggest, I say, yeah, you're right, because they say he the biggest fan of the show. Juke. Oh my God. See, I know they be looking at the show. I hope that's not why they try to take my little son out. Because you know, it's funny because Demon has said that. She said, Tam, you've been bigging up CEO Jizzle. I hope what you promoting CEO Jizzle, and nobody told me to promote CEO Jizzle because I don't know CEO Jizzle. I just know that CEO Jizzle has a star status on him. There's another young man that I feel the same way about, and that's Y Fat. I think Y Fat has a star status on him, and so She was like, I hope with us, talking about CEO Jizzle, they get jealous and want to start taking these little dudes out. And then look at what happened. She's probably still asleep. I'm gonna call her later if she don't call me, because she didn't call me yesterday. We normally talk every day. When she don't call me, I know she probably resting. Rest in peace, Young Dog says Jizzle finna pop real soon. I know he on here now. Oh Lord, Cypress. Now Cypress, just because I said God and them are fans of the show, you don't have to try and show your loyalty. Okay. He want to try to show God and them that he loyal. Rest in peace, Young Dog says, y'all notice Fat ain't on tour with Bag. He went with Rod Wave. I'm telling y'all, just pay attention. Who is Rod Wave from Memphis? Yes, it is, Faith. Oh, Wave is from Florida. I ain't gonna tell no stories now. I like that song that BG got with Y Fat on there, saying that get back is a MF. I like that. See that BG song with Y Fat on there saying that get back is a MF. I like that. They said Boosie's suing Rod Wave for stealing his lyrics. Oh Lord, y'all, Boosie been quiet lately though. Guys, it must pay him his money. Guys, it must pay Boosie his money because he been quiet. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I think Mac is looking at the video right now because he just liked one of my posts on my Facebook page. I was just looking at my Facebook page and I saw where him and his dad liked the post. Shout out to Mac McKinley Phipps. Shout out to him. He's been mentoring kids and stuff since he got out of jail, but he did 21 years for a crime that he did not commit. Michelle Johnson says Boosie needs to sit down. His brother was on social media talking about him again, that Wave situation. Oh wow. Yeah, I made a lasagna soup yesterday and it is so freaking good. I'm gonna tell y'all, it gets better. Like the second day is better. But I like the lasagna soup better because I get to make my own scoop of cheese, because I've gotten to a point now where certain cheeses makes me sick to the stomach. But with the lasagna soup, I mix is that Borden cheese, that herb, garlic herbs, and that garlic and herb, Parmesan cheese. I put parsley, I put basil, and I put a sprinkle of cilantro in it and stir it up. And take a scoop take a scoop of it and put it on top of the lasagna soup. Oh my God, it's so good. I got to get out and go shopping for the seniors. And then when I get back, I'm gonna exercise because when it starts to get cold, child, my butt starts to. I went into my mama house the other day, and my mama said, "Yo, that your butt is sticking out. You need to get back into the gym because that butt is sticking way out." So when my mama started saying I'm gaining weight because I got a natural. You know how some people just naturally thick. I have a natural thickness, like I get it from my mom and them. So I'm gonna go. When I get through, I'm gonna go to the gym because I had been working, doing a little something anyways, because my pressure had kind of been elevated, and I think it was more so elevated because I'm starting to gain weight for the winter. That's what it is. Because I had lost really good, but shoot, when you get to eating them soups and stuff and all of that comfort food for the wintertime, it's just, and I love cooking too. I still be out there on the grill. They say Bag thought he saw Duke when they served him the They need to start rapping. Hold on, y'all. Here it is right here. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me if I should get it or what y'all think. Do y'all think it works or no? This machine right here. What y'all think? Do y'all think it's worth it, or should I get it, or do y'all think that it works, or y'all don't think that it works? What y'all think? Has anybody ever had that machine? It works. That's what I was thinking about getting. I was like, that'll help my booty. That'll help my booty to go down. And that'll help to keep my legs toned. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna order it today. And that'll help my abdomen too, my stomach. No, I don't have no BBLs. No, I think about now how girls be going to get breast implants and stuff like that. Like up until I was like into my 30s, I wore my tops and stuff real big because I was just ashamed of having big breasts. And I used to be like, dog, I wonder why people go get breast implants, because it was so embarrassing to see, people staring all at your breast and at your butt and stuff. Like I could lose weight and get my butt to go down, but my breast won't go down. Y'all hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. What else I got to do today? I'm fighting with myself. I want to order my granddaughter some hard bottoms. But I've been getting her some of everything. Her mama getting on my nerve. You know, she's a first time mama. And she been going buying her all those Nikes, and she don't have her no hard bottoms with the bells on them. So, I bought her a coat for when she turned 2 years old, and I bought her a coat for when she turned 3 years old. So she always have a coat for the wintertime. Of course, my daughter would do it. I just want to make sure, but she ain't bought her no hard bottoms, and that's pissing me off for her to go buy them Nikes and stuff and not having no hard bottoms with the bells on them. So I was getting ready to order them. I was like, no, I'm gonna make my daughter do that. And then I was getting ready to X out of it just then. I was like, I think I'm gonna just have to go and order her the hard bottoms. Yeah, we old school. She got to have them hard bottoms with the bells on them. And she ain't got them yet. That's right. And the lace, I don't know what's wrong with these young mamas. And the first thing she says, Mom, we don't do it like y'all did it. That's the old days. Oh Lord. Oh. I tell my mama, I think my daughter the reason why my pressure be up sometimes, because she gets on my nerve real bad with that. Mama, this is the new age stuff. She don't like I be trying to tell her, like, get the baby hard bottoms, make sure she have on 2 pairs of socks. And then she said, well, Mama, she be pulling her socks out. So I went to I ordered her a lot of socks, packages of socks for Christmas. I filled a box up with nothing but socks. And I bought her a lot of socks out of Walmart the other day. And I put them all in a box and wrapped it up. That's going to be one of her Christmas gifts. I put some safety pins in there. She talking about, when I wash them, I be losing them. That makes me so mad. Like, okay, so I had to buy safety pins so when she washed the socks, she could keep them together. Face says, sister, that natural ass, keep it, sister. Mine's flat as a tire. Well, you know what? I might have to be careful. Right. Them hard bottoms help her start walking. They don't know nothing, but quick to sit up and throw up in my face that those were the old days. So I called myself was going to teach her a lesson, but I'm gonna have to go. I'm not going to teach my grandbaby a lesson. I'm gonna just go on and get the shoes. I'm gonna call my daughter and go off on her when I get off of here, because I get to thinking about her. She the one running my pressure up. She gets on my nerve real bad. Anyways, you guys, she says I have 3. I love my girls so much. I love them. I love them so much, but they just get on my nerve. Both of them get on my nerve in 2 different ways. Tell your daughter you were. I'm telling you, she already know I will. But y'all, we're gonna get back on tonight, and we're gonna talk about we're gonna have a open panel. Let's talk about some different stuff when we get on tonight. Let's talk about who y'all want to talk about. Let's talk about Mia J and her movement, and because Mia J has started a movement, the Black Men Deserve to Grow Old movement, and let's talk about the injustices. Like it's been a lot of stuff going on in Memphis. Did somebody say that somebody said that some people were killed last night, like several people? I hadn't even looked at the news yet. The news is depressing to me. Because I saw Cypress write it's body for body. So what happened? I missed all of that. I guess a lot of them got off. I guess I have to go look at the news and see what happened. But it's so depressing, y'all, to look at the news and to see all of this stuff that's happening. It really is seeing people just taking each other out like it's nothing. Oh, it's a demonic force that has been released into the atmosphere around the Memphis area that can only be prayed away through fasting and praying. Player code, what you talking about? They do right. This generation different. Cypress says 1 man killed in Raleigh. Me too. At the I was, anyways, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here because I got to get out and finish doing some shopping for the seniors. If y'all would like to give to the seniors, y'all can donate via Cash App. But I got to get out and finish doing some more shopping for them. I got to get some more stuff for them. I appreciate everybody that has donated, and there's been a lot of people that have. Okay, if I'm not too tired when I finish doing everything I need to do today, I plan to get back on tonight so we could have like an open panel. Okay, y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a good day today. Okay, I'll see you later if it be God's will.